Title: Earth, the Impossible Survivor. For 4.5 billion years, a pale blue dot has been drifting through the cold vacuum of space. To us, it's home. But to the universe, it's a chaotic battlefield. If you think your life is stressful, imagine being a planet that has been punched, frozen, suffocated, and burned, only to rise from the ashes every single time. The chaos of birth. It all started 4.5 billion years ago. We weren't a blue marble then. We were a swirling mess of fire and dust in a newborn solar system. As the sun ignited, fusing hydrogen into helium, Earth began to take shape. But it wasn't alone. In those early days, the solar system was a cosmic demolition derby. A Mars-sized world named Theia smashed into us. It was a collision so violent it should have vaporized both worlds. Instead, Earth swallowed part of Theia, and the debris that stayed in orbit huddled together to form our moon. Without that collision, our tides would be still, and our axis would be unstable. We owe our balance to a catastrophe. The breath of death. By 3.8 billion years ago, the surface cooled enough for the first rains to fall, creating a global water world. In this chemical soup, life sparked. But life is a double-edged sword. Around 2.4 billion years ago, tiny organisms called cyanobacteria started pumping out oxygen. Today, we call it fresh air. Back then, it was a biological weapon. This great oxidation event killed almost everything that existed and triggered a global deep freeze. Earth became a snowball, locked in ice from pole to pole. Yet, life didn't quit. It hid in the deep sea, waiting for the ice to melt the puzzle of continents. As the planet warmed, the land began its restless dance. From the tiny cratons emerged the first supercontinents, Balbara, then the massive Rodinia, and eventually Pannotia. Every time the land merged, life exploded in complexity. During the Cambrian period, 540 million years ago, nature got creative. Evolution invented shells, spines, and the legendary trilobites. But the peace never lasts. 440 million years ago, the first mass extinction, the Ordovician Silurian, wiped the slate clean. The Great Dying and the Age of Giants. Fast forward to 250 million years ago. All land was one, Pangaea. But the Earth began to bleed. Massive volcanic eruptions filled the air with greenhouse gases. This was the Great Dying. 90% of all species vanished. It was the closest life ever came to total annihilation. But in the silence that followed, the giants stepped forth. For 150 million years, dinosaurs like the Argentinosaurus and the T-Rex ruled a world of heat and lush forests. The lucky strike 66 million years ago, a rock the size of a mountain hit Mexico. The sun went dark. The forests died. The giants starved. It was a bad day for dinosaurs, but a lucky break for us. With the monsters gone, tiny, furry mammals crawled out of their holes. They evolved. 6 million years ago, a creature called Sahelanthropus stood up. 4 million years ago, we walked upright. 800,000 years ago, we tamed fire, the first technology the blink of an eye. In the last 10,000 years, a mere heartbeat in Earth's history, we stopped wandering and started farming. 250 years ago, we built engines. Our population exploded from 1 billion to 8 billion in the blink of an eye. We have reshaped the planet more in 2 centuries than nature did in 2 million years. Now, we face the newest threat, ourselves. Climate change and declining biodiversity are the new asteroids at our door. Earth has survived everything the universe threw at it. The question isn't whether the planet will survive, it's whether we will be part of the next chapter.